I'm Paula, and I am so grateful to have you all. Welcome new subscribers and supporters. I'm so grateful to have you here with me and everything. What is this doing? I turn this way, it's this way. It's funny. Okay, real cool. All right. Well, I pray that you all will be blessed by this. It's not for everybody, but we're dealing with the supernatural and chosen ones, what they go through and everything. And oh Lord, it's a lot. It's a lot. I tell you. Um, you know, this is a journey. As I live with bipolar two disorder, it's not who I am. It's what I live with. I'm 59 and I'm a Gen X, just like some of y'all parents probably is. But anyway, and baby boomers, y'all welcome. I'm so grateful to be on Substack. I found it through YouTube. Somebody was talking. I forgot the young lady name. She was a Gen X as well. But you know, I tell you, it's amazing how life turns out, how life is. But you still have to be grateful and realize when you have knowledge is power. So this is what we are talking about, the super healing power. But the other workshop that I did was the man, when you have a lot on your mind, the blueprint of healing. But this is the super healing powers is knowing, having the knowledge. And excuse my internet, it said it was unstable, but anyway, you'll see it on the relive or whatever. It's the knowledge. Knowledge is power. And when you fast and pray and believe and fast and pray and read the Bible, and like I said, it's not for everybody, but you're able to see things in the spirit realm. And I'm talking about my life and my experience. And you may see in my shorts that I speak of my different self-published books, and then my original limited edition. This here has, a lot of knowledge of the super supernatural, super healing powers. And it's also on my eBay. So you see it on I'm sorry, on my shorts in my Substack. I'm going to be talking about a lot of things. So feel free to look at it. And then I have also my two books. Speaking as that is in my Author House, self-published, authorhouse.com. That's memoirs. That's this here has a lot sketches, which is um you'll see different pieces that I will have in my shorts and just talking, and even also on my eBay. And you will see the little child in me that comes out in it. The sketches is therapy, you know. And a lot of us people have healing. People go through healing with music, drawing, anything. And this is just the regular Paula. Essence Paula Art and Others sketchbook, where both of these I do sessions with people that looking more into their spiritual awakening. And it's like it's not what you think, but I teach people how to be free, how to be free and stay free. Be free. Be free. Allow them to be free and stay free. And, teach them not to how to not overthink so we can handle situations in life much better. Like I said, a lot of this could go over a lot of people's heads. And it's okay. I just go as what is, what it is. This is my limited edition original journal. I date everything, and this was back in 2018. And so, even though, this Watch My Smoke movement, we're no longer, sweeping mental health challenges under the rug, okay? Because we're acknowledging that we do have, and we do have mental health challenges. Everybody go through. It's just so much, just we go through in life and relationships and marriages and who we choose and who choose us and who we have children with and our children. And so I will just come back to that one. But this here, the third eye warrior, she sees beyond the spirit realm. Like I said in my other videos and live screens that I sketch by frequency, energy, and high vibrations. You know, this is what I sketch by. And this what was led wherever I was at. And that when I fast and pray and get in the spirit, a lot of chosen ones don't see things in the naked eye. Okay? The naked eye just shows things and it looks just like, you just see it and that's what you see it for. And that's okay. It is okay. The same thing with just seeing things, a spiritual awakening, you know, that's what God helped me to do is to bless people and walk with them with their spiritual journey with one-on-one sessions or one or two or three group, just three people in a group sessions to take their spiritual awakening to another level because they have the gift, they see it, they know, but it has to be developed or, but it's not overnight, but God sends people and and it's a gift that is able to just work with people along everyday life. And so it's however God will, you know, have you work with that and talk about different things in their life and whatever else that moves forward from there. Of course, my email is speaks333 at gmail.com. It's in my descriptions. Speak SPEAK SESS 333 at gmail.com. You can look at the transcript, wherever it says it. But speak SESS because uh my abstract art is Essence Paula. So it's ESS 333 at gmail.com. Okay. Now if I have any spammers and whoever else, I'm speaking against it right now. Was not none of you, Lord, send it back to the sender, and they will be blocked. So, but I'm gonna speak on the third eye warrior. She sees beyond the spirit realm. Okay, and this was back in well today. Well, no, this is January the 21st, 2022, and my mom died February 2022. Okay, but this is what I picked up, and it says she's a demon slayer, the third eye warrior, slays demons. Before they come, she is assigned to the chosen ones. Her colors represents power, God creation. 3 is the Son, Father, and the Holy Ghost. She is ancient and one of our ancestors. She has been called to duty as the prayers has gone up. The year at the time, the year 2022 is higher levels than ever. So whatever happens within that year, of the chosen ones, you all had a higher call or higher levels. When it's a higher level, it's a higher devil. And so she's the one that is assigned to the chosen ones to cut down everything that was hit as go that hit the chosen ones as they go up to a higher level. You know, when they say God fights our battle, he don't need no help now. But this is what goes on in the spirit realm of spiritual awakening. The chosen ones are on their posts, and we are covered by the blood of Jesus, and the devil is mad. Our purpose has great measures, is unbelievable. Our energy is healing to those who are broken and damaged. Peace, mercy, and grace. And this one is called Chosen. It's also January 21st, 2022. Chosen. I was sketching by each wherever I was living, but the frequency that I was feeling, going into the spirit realm, and which all of this still carry on is the blueprint of healing, but yet it's uh, the super healing powers, which is once you get the knowledge from fasting and praying and allowing at 3 o'clock with God listen to you, eliminating and rebuking all that was come up in your brain, because a whole lot of funny thoughts and spirits will be, it comes at you. Chosen ones know what I'm talking about in a prayer word. It's not for everybody now, but it comes at you, but you're able to speak to that spirit and say, you're not going to be in my head rent free. No, you're not in my head rent free. God has already worked it out. Thank you. And then it'll go and try to. We always being attacking our finance. It ain't nothing but God that takes care of us and keep a roof over our head, and food on the table, roof over food on our table, clothes on our backs, and transportation. However, because it attacks that force attacks our finances and stuff like that. But see, God is bigger than that. People wonder how do they do that? How they able to drive that? How they, it's all God. And you don't have to explain anything because it's just God. It's what you believe in. And when you say I am wealth, wealth surrounds me. That's what it is. And a lot of times, we know the knowledge, but it'll try to attack it. It does. It attacks our mind, and it happens to me all day, every day. And I've been dealing with that every day and all day today, and I have to speak to that spirit. And speaking to that spirit is by you fasting and praying. So this is, like I said, this is my sketch journal that I had back in 2022, but I had it for years. I've been sketching in this for years. It's every other page, but it's basically 2022. That year was really something. And then my mom passed that year. So then, okay. And then I had 2019, 2018, those. So yeah, 2018. Yeah. Okay. And then her name is Chosen. Like I said, this is limited edition. This is the original. It's no copies. It's on eBay. So don't get carried away by the price and stuff. So God speaks to you in your spirit. However, in your guts, you do what do you when you go on eBay, if that's agreeable to you. Now, her name is Chosen. She sucks up all the bad energies that tries to enter into the spirit realm. And so this is uh in the spirit realm and in the spiritual awakening. This is all of this that has I've been dealing with, and it's my journey. And when these ancestors and spirits that comes in my visions or what have you, and I'm not by myself. Like I said, it's not for everybody. So, but I get it. But this is what it is, and we God has a works by frequency. He he uses the frequency, which is Google, that pushes out other chosen ones and other people that meet on these different platforms. It's different ways you meet for your energy and stuff to meet and be able to come together to be able to grow more in a positive way, not sucking up. But anyway, and the intercessors are surrounded by chosen because we're the ones that have to intercede to protect God's chosen ones from evil and dangers. Interceding for the world is a strong price to pay, but yet rewarding because people are being saved and healed. And at the time, 2022, and it still goes on, is revealing secrets unto the land and get into the spirit realm. Welcome God in, and He will show you. And this all comes within my fasting and praying and meditation. But it's just like, you writing books. Most of us are writers. Excuse me. This is the spirit realm. Okay, that's a sketch of the spirit realm. That's how I see it in the spiritual awakening, with the different colors and everything intertwining. It's it has different kind of force, positive forces, high vibrations, energies, because as chosen ones and prayer warriors, we have to be careful who we in the presence of, because their energies means well, but a lot of people sucks up our energy. We have to really protect and be careful. Okay. I want to go back to this one, 2018. The young lady with a veil over her. This is how it's where the presence that you could feel. 'Cause, You go through a season that you are totally hidden. You're hidden and no one sees you. I live that. I live it. And I don't care how much you want to be seen or try to be seen, it don't work. God don't have it. It's a season you have to be hidden. God is protecting and doing certain things because the enemy already knows who you are. And God, when you hear God's voice, when you hear God's voice, he moves like ahead of whatever happens. If you're doing something and it delays you, or we're quick to think and overthink and go into another level of negative self-talk, which is dealing with mental health challenges, and a lot of us deals with mental health challenges. But it don't. A lot of people mistaken and put stigma against because we live with bipolar 2 disorder or bipolar 1 and all of that, where what they just don't know. A lot of people that deals with mental illness that don't allow and get triggered by the world and society, but it's a fight. And so when they stay within Christ, you know, uh, it's your choice. You allow God to lead you. He will protect you. So yeah, she's well hidden. Also, there are the untold and unknown. This was in 2022, and it covers a lot. It is covering what's going on today. It has a lot to do with a lot of things. Um, Codes and secrets. This is also, you know, and the naked eye and the people that just don't understand, it is what it is. It looks like scribble, it looks like whatever it is, and that's okay. But when we're in the spirit realm and knowing that it's God, because you got to know the difference. You got to know your dad's voice, your father's voice. Like a young lady told me, if you're in a room and your father come in and say, "Hey, so and so," or "Hey, Jesse," that's your father. You answer, you look. But there are some other people that come and can perpetrate and call your name, but that's not who they are. You may answer and you may not. It all depends. You got to know. You got to be able and willing to surrender all to be able to get into spirit realm. And what's not of you, Lord, send it out right now in the name of Jesus. Because, you know, the enemy don't like that we all we talk about things like this and get together and be able to teach God's people that has these gifts from no better than nobody else. It's just that he choose. If you answer, you have a choice. It's just that you're stronger to handle certain things than others. And and it's just the truth. Whatever you going through or been through, I might can handle that. And vice versa. Okay, so we talk about the codes and secrets of the year 2022. Uh, uh, let's see, follow God's word in your guts. It don't lie. The Holy Ghost reveals. That was really, if you can look back in history about 2020, 22, and we have to just look back for a moment because it tells whatever is going on there that we was dealing with were what's going on today. The future that we are in was in the presence of now. And that's making sure we have the knowledge of this super healing power, you know. And that's what I'll be doing, super healing power workshops and the blueprint of healing, you know. And so but the untold and unknown, a lot of us, there is a lot of the unknown all around us, and a lot of things we have to do our own research because we haven't been told a lot of whatever going on dealing with the spirit and spirit realm, the spiritual awakening, the untold unknown behind the veil. Yet pray and fast always. This is Dreams Scattered Beyond, and all this is 2022, but it is the frequency, all of this, the healing process, everything that you see, you cannot overthink. Overthink. Do not overthink. When you look at these, when you see these sketches, however they look to you, when you look at it, do not overthink because your mind, you can't take it. It will put you in another. It just being in the unknown to put you in a discomfort, and you would just may snap the wrong way, or you just got to be able to just see things in the spirit realm, allow your third eye to open, to just show what's what in the spirit. Don't overthink it. And in the sketchbooks here that you get from the Opera House, whatever, um, I rather I like for schools, people's schools and their groups or whatever will get these books in bulks because there are um, chosen ones, uh, mental health advocates can really teach through those books. They're going to be engineers. People can look at them and get designs, different designs they want to create in certain countries and everything. So it's a value of, just being in the naked eye. It's a big value of having these books where God used and create and originate, and He's doing the same things here. And I've had these books for years and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what to do with them. So these books sat for a while. Dreams Scattered Beyond. And just like I've said before, I had to show this again, that a lot of times people have dreams that are scattered. It's scattered and don't have the knowledge. They don't have the knowledge to go forth and let God, to serve God's purpose, to perform, the purpose of what needs to be done, of what they should do. Um, this is Chosen One has a very intriguing life. It's just a beautiful, it's rewarding, beautiful. Yes, we have a lot of fun days. People, you just got to know how to, because when I woke up, I was attacked spiritually. I was just not feeling well, blood pressure, everything. And I don't check blood pressure and all that. And I just pray it off. when you operate in the spirit realm and fasting and praying and just believing God's healing, um, there's certain ways that things will happen. You could drink plenty of water, and when you go to the bathroom, like do number two or whatever, all that fever, everything just go through. Um, I just now just wake up and take like 200 milligram, like three ibuprofen, so it can help with like if I have joint pains or something like that. For fibrillation, I have fibrillation, whatever they do. It's just joint pains along with the arthritis. But see, God is teaching us how to have the knowledge, and this is what these workshops is, to have the knowledge, and it's really that's what really makes the powerful, you know, of having the knowledge is really um, a powerful healing. Is what exactly what this is called the see the enemy. See, my mind is scattering everywhere, and that's what you live with bipolar too. And you still know what to say. You just have to know when. A lot of time people take medicine to help them think better and all that, but God told me no. Just use my natural mind. I mean, it's okay, you know. So, God exposes and he lets you see the truth by you feeling it in your guts. So it's nothing to play with. It's no game, and I've been wanting to teach, this, staying within my purpose, and of course, and God just was just preparing the platforms for the ones that need to hear. And so the platforms is the way of, You know, you have to be careful because there's always ways that the enemy try to shape things up and make it go left by saying certain things because the words that is said in the air is deep. That's why you have to be careful with your tongue. And you also, as children, when you can really uplift and build, and also, and it's with anyone, but it's much stronger when you're in the spirit and have the knowledge of the healing power. You can, I mean, the wrong person would get torn down real bad. So the dreams that are scattered beyond the green pastures, flowing to and fro, waterfalls, splashings everywhere, as the boat rocks back and forth. The eagle wings captures the glow as it glides by the land that is promised to us. Dreams scattered beyond the field, filled with secrets. Not knowing where to go, the Holy Spirit is near and ready to guide us as we dream and have the faith to carry on. Okay, and the sky so blue as the beautiful birds sing and fly by night, landing on the fields that promise us flight higher levels as our dreams are scattered beyond. Dream, dream until dawn. The mystery and secrets are being revealed as we come closer to the destination as the eagle glides through the storm. It's windy, stormy, and cold. Our boldness will carry us through as we go to the Holy Land, looking up. The stars are out and beaming while the dreams of all of us have scattered beyond the promised land. Welcome. Glide on, I dream are carrying you. Be bold as you are told. Stand tall so you won't fall. Dream big because your dreams are scattered beyond there is no limit. Put your dreams to action. Dream on, young and old. Your dreams are activated and has gone beyond. This is a poem that I wrote back in 2022. And this is what was just the vibration and the energy all comes along. And all of this is just a journey of your life as you go and to give you peace. And God says, take this original book, put it on eBay because there's so many other chosen ones that is whoever that one this reaches, that's a gift. It it that it is belong to that person, whoever get it on eBay. They get it and God will make a way for them to get it because it's so important. We do journals and different books and stuff, but it's not for us to hold on to it. It's meant for whoever else to get it to study and teach from it. Okay. This is a sketch of that I did back in 22 also called Realness. This was an ancestor that I picked up on, and I could feel the vision, I could feel that spirit. I could feel what she didn't unfinish, that she didn't finish. And a lot of time ancestors do reach out through when you pray and fast and be in the spirit realm for that certain that certain journey to still continue. And you just have to be careful. That's all. You just have to make sure it's what it is. Now, this is what I wrote about realness within this sketch. Realness has been around 20 centuries plus 500 years. Her spirit has lived in men and women. Realness knows what men want, but learn new things as a woman. Wisdom is her middle name. The goddess that is put out, open doors to why women should be more understanding about being a spiritual being. Realness set the path of boldness. She lives on and don't care what others think. And we have to really it touches so many parts of this of the super healing power is the knowledge of knowing what season, what to do, and how you operate and how you move forward. You know, welcome, Sandra. Welcome. And it's 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 powerful. It's not for everybody. It makes some people feel some type of way. And yes, it's not an easy journey, but this is the journey that I lived and continue to live. And because of the passing of my mom back in 2022, a lot of this, more of this, me finishing the journal, the original limited edition that is on eBay. This is it. Um, it's what I went through in just the spirits that I had to deal with. It explains the journey of the spiritual awakening of what God was doing and showing me. And that, you know, He's going to take this book. God's taking this book, and it says, He said, it only had to be one journal, not published, not self published like this one, not like what I got here, but to actually, and this is whoever hands it gets to and willing, they will get it. When they read it, it's going to really feed into their spirit to teach them a lot about what they don't understand. But you only have to have this one. You know, it's this one that it was blood, sweat, and tears for me. You know, she was all written in on, and I've had it since 2018. And God said, release it so that a chosen one who knows to get this book off eBay, they will be teaching and they'll be taking them other levels. Okay. So this is a limited edition. It's got a short story of a Wendy and Winter sketch. Um a lot of these kind of sketches will reach people that they have seen these spirits themselves. They have felt and wonder why these entities, why do this come to? But it has, they don't understand unless someone can write and tell the journal their part to help. Only that, why that has to be a limited edition. That's just it's because of a different journey that this person has to go on and to learn from it and to teach and move on. But then here, following the Essence Paula, Amsterdam Art, and others, that this is self-published uh, with Arthur House, and what the frequencies and things that, you know, that I was experiencing. And God told me back in these years, 2008, this goes back 2008 and stuff. God told me to take my sketches, and He said, self-publish them so it'll bless somebody else. I'm like, not these. No, no, I'm too embarrassed. I'm just, I don't know about all that. But God said, do it. So do it. And it's set. These books are sit and set. So these are Arthur House. And these just going for, 30, 20. But also, once you get these books, uh, you can contact me through, the email so we could do some sessions and everything that will help you with your spiritual journey through these books. You know, um, these books is going to be in different countries and schools because this is for all ages. Because I started getting this contact when I was 5 years old. A lot of us is born with this. We are born with this spiritual uh, awakening, and we don't know what to do with it. It's just like with this sketch, you know, this sketch. Hmm. These sketches came about when I was in my second marriage, dealing with a lot of things. I've been in two marriages, and one was verbal abuse. You know, I didn't know my girl's father was on drugs, so I didn't know nothing about drugs. Grew up in church, and it was verbal, and a little physical abuse. It was just different. And then it was like 7 years I knew him in high school, but the second marriage was 10 years, going on 10 years, and we only knew each other 2 months and got married. But we married for survival reason, survival mode. We didn't have love. We didn't love each other, and we basically wasn't really intimate, like an intimate really way. It was just a way that with my second marriage, 10 years, he was more of a sheltered person, very smart, worked. Both the men were in my life, but it was both of us, and I take my side accountability because I didn't know I was living with bipolar 2 disorder, you know, and so I didn't know what was going on with me, and that causes a lot. And I understand, I get it for both of them to cheat on me, and that's how we departed. Okay, but that's it's like, oh, that's everybody's story, no, because everybody don't take accountability of what happened. I take accountability. Normally, it's the ladies like, oh, he cheated, and that was my story at first. But as I went through, because I'm 59, a Gen X. But as I grew in the spirit, as I grew, God showed me, okay, accountability. You got to take accountability for you to deal with these super healing powers. You got to take accountability because my workshops that I do on TikTok uh, is the blueprint to healing. Blueprint to healing is about uh, forgiving yourself, but the supernatural power is about knowledge. What I'm talking about today. So I'm always is doing workshops and and then on my YouTube, mental illness is real. I do um more of a prayer and just speaking of different spiritual things. And I have a goofy side. I've always been goofy. So my TikTok and stuff and the others, you'll see me doing voiceovers and everything. It's a balance, it's a fun thing. Radio is my love, my first love. And that's what I normally be part of, radio and podcast. And I just love meeting people that is alike. You know, we are both can like spirits. And like I say, these sketches, it was in my second marriage. I recognize them because of uh what I was going through and within where I was living, where we were living in this apartment. And of course it was in the USA, it was Georgia. Um I picked up on a lot. It was a lot of being spiritually attacked by a lot over there in those apartments, and the vibration and the energy, you know, it was off the chain. And so it affected us a lot. It really did. It was really bad. I started living in a virtual world. That's where my world went in. I started just being curious, just having avatars like, different cultures, black, white, man, woman. having families, and I just lived in a virtual world for 10 years, all those years that I was with my second husband, and that's the way how, that spirit, I was just attacked. I lived in a very dark time of section season of that second marriage. It was so dark. It was dark that I barely came out about once a month just to do the radio broadcast. So, um, yeah, I was it was so dark, and I had left myself. I understand why he left me because I had already left myself. You know, I would have his meal ready, whatever. It was one income. I wasn't working, but I was always trying to work. Actually, I've been on YouTube over 10 some years, but I never been monetized. I just didn't know what it was about. I'm just just trying to you know, get my workout. Just, So God had me to be us to be a minimalist and to live off one salary for 10 years. And I would have his, food, prepared. I did that, but I lost myself. I wouldn't have my hair fixed. I wouldn't shower often. I mean, I would keep myself fresh, washed up, but I wouldn't shower often. My skin it was just dry. It was, mentally, I was a mess. I was just a mess, you know? So that's how these sketches come about. Alpha House. Feel free, anybody, will go to alphahouse.com and like a session, we God has that journey which you need in your guts. Your guts is telling you, let it happen. And that's all I could say. Just let it happen because dealing with the spirits is no joke. Mental illness is real, so is God. But most of the people with ADHD and all that, it's a special kind of God got them in a special way of operating things. I'm 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 connecting with a lady now that has an ebook. She has ADHD. What would you call ADHD or something like that? And she's in Thailand. So that's what I'm getting with some people. One or three road is going to be a road retreat where we go to Thailand and be able to just connect and work with positive spirit and whatever else God have he wants to do, you know. That's a part of my movement as well. Watch my smoke movement that you see here on Substack. I just joined Substack probably a month ago. Heard it from a person, a Gen X on YouTube. And I'm Paula. And I'm so glad to have you. And the replay, bless whoever it will bless. But some of my live, most of the live is going to be for subscribe. I'm grateful for the subscribers. You know, and but I'm always going to be doing the workshops. You know, I'm just going as it go. So you all take care. I am so glad. If you have anything you'd like to say, you have a question, don't always feel free to DM me if you would like to have one on one, get your book and we'll you know, start working things out from there. Basically Cash App. You can if you also want to buy me coffee, it's cool. But it's everything is on my description. And I thank God for you all. Okay. So you take care. I'm always raw, unedited, and unscripted, and whatever else. Oh, and while I'm doing this, I'm always on God's time. So I don't have a specific, timing. Like I'm on it at this time. This thing when it gets warm, like I said, I'm always uncut, raw, and unedited. Lord, hold on.